With BMW's announcement that it will be producing a small displacement, single-cylinder motorcycle, the G310R, aimed at newer riders and available come the latter stages of 2016, the German marquee has signaled to everyone that it's aiming at world domination. And if you're familiar with South Park or internet memes, I'm imagining the plan goes a little something like this. Step 1, lure new riders with the G310R. Step 2, after a while, move them up to the G650, F700, or F800 models. Step 3, move them up again to the Renette, R1200 or S1000 line. Step 4, finish them off with the K1600 series. Step 5. Step 6, profit. Okay, so that was clearly an attempt at humor. On paper anyway, BMW seems to have a formidable small displacement motorcycle on its hands with the G310R. The problem it faces is a stacked field of competitors from Austria and Japan in the form of the KTM 390 Duke, Suzuki GW250Z, a pair of Hondas, the CB300F and CB500F, and the not yet announced for America, but probably will be soon Kawasaki Z300 and Yamaha Montana 03, likely to be called the FC03 if/when it comes here. The irony here, of course, is that none of these machines are manufactured in their OEM's home country, as global economics dictate these motorcycles be produced in up-and-coming markets, India, Thailand, China, and Indonesia in this case. So, with the small displacement, entry-level category heating up, let's take a look at all 7 of these models to see how the BMW stacks up. Here we've gathered the relevant specs to draw some conclusions. Pricing has yet to be announced for the BMW, and the Kawasaki and Yamaha have yet to even be announced for America, but save for the CB500F, the sweet spot in this market is between $4,000 minus $5,000. Expect the G310R to slot in near the KTM at $4,999. Engine. The S1000R-inspired G310R's 313cc single features 2 camshafts and 4 valves, but its distinctive feature is its slightly rearward-canted cylinder and reverse-mounted cylinder head, placing the air intake towards the front of the motorcycle while the exhaust exits from the rear of the cylinder head, giving the header a more direct route towards the silencer. BMW claims 34 peak horsepower at 9,500 RPM and 21 pounds-foot at 7,500 RPM. When compared to the G310R's closest likely rival, the KTM 390 Duke, the BMW falls slightly behind due to 60cc less displacement. Using the power numbers we obtained with the 390 Duke's close sibling, the RC390, we get 39.7 horses at 8,900 RPM and 24.6 pounds-foot at 7,000 RPM. At a claimed wet weight of 345 pounds, the Duke also has a 4 pounds weight advantage over the G3. That said, the 2 European brands have a leg up on the other 5 bikes here. Assuming power outputs for the C300 and Montana 03 are similar to their fully fair counterparts, the Ninja 300, 34.6 horsepower, 17.6 pounds-foot, and YZF-R3, 35.3 horsepower, 18.9 pounds-foot. Respectively, the 2 Japanese twin cylinders lack the torque of the BMW and KTM singles and carry a nearly 30 pounds weight penalty. Both bikes claimed at 370 pounds. For comparison, the Ninja 300 tipped the Missouri scales at 381 pounds, the R3 at 370 pounds. 30 pounds is a big burden to carry, especially when you're asking less than 40 horses to do it. Unsurprisingly, the CB500F Honda, with the largest displacement of the group, produces more power and torque, 43.0 horsepower, 29.1 pounds-foot, than the rest, but not by much. It's also the heaviest model here at 418 pounds. The 286cc CB300F single puts up a respectable 26.2 horsepower and 17.4 pounds-foot, and weighs in at 351 pounds, while the Suzuki brings up the rear with 19.2 horsepower, 13.7 pounds-foot, and a 407 pounds curb weight. At 248cc, the Suzuki has the smallest displacement here and is also the only one with single overhead cam. It should also be noted that the Suzuki is listed as a 2015 model and is not listed under Suzuki's 2016 lineup. Suspension/brakes. As budget-minded motorcycles intended for newish riders, none of the 7 models come with sophisticated suspension, though the BMW and KTM again stand out from the crowd with inverted forks. Both add a certain element of sophistication and class to their respective models despite the overall low price point. Only the CB500F offers fork spring preload adjustability. Rear suspension is similarly basic, each offering a single shock-only adjustable for spring preload. That said, in our time with the Duke, CB300/500, Ninja 300, and R3, all are capable of ripping up a canyon road at a rather respectable pace while still providing a decent ride everywhere else. There is no reason not to expect similar handling from the BMW. Other odds and ends. When talking about bikes aimed at newer riders, seat height is an important topic. At 30.9 inches, the G310R is within 0.2 inch of all the others except the 390 Duke and its 31.5-inch saddle. Should that be too high or too low, BMW has also made available accessory seats that either lower the seat height to 29.9 inches for shorties, or 32.0 inches for taller folk. Fully digital LCD gauge clusters provide the BMW, KTM and Honda riders with information, while the Suzuki, Kawasaki and Yamaha all feature an analog rev counter. Gear position indicators on the BMW, KTM, Suzuki, and Yamaha get bonus points, especially for the price category these bikes reside in.